Peace, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Silver Tongue Gorillas. You rocking with Coach Q. And today, I'm going to be talking to you, making a really quick video about what is Mgtow. Alright? Mgtow means men going their own way. It is an affirmative statement. When I say affirmative, it is a positive statement. It's not like saying, let me give you the difference between an affirmative and a negative statement. An affirmative statement is go to the store on 29th Street and Broadway, go to the Safeway on 29th Street and Broadway and grab me some crackers. All right. A negative statement is don't go to the Safeway on 29th and Broadway. All right. When you tell a person don't go to the store on 29th and Broadway, you haven't told them where to go. Now they can go anywhere because you haven't been specific. If we know anything about universal law, the more specific you are, the more you are able to attract things into your life because you are being specific. Mgtow is an affirmative statement. Mgtow means men going their own way, not men going the way of other men. The point is, gentlemen, this is not rocket science. This is not a formula. This is an affirmative statement. Every day you get up and you look in the mirror, ask yourself, are you going your own way? And if you are not going your own way, ask yourself, what are you doing? What needs to be done so that you can go your own way? All right. At the end of the day, when I think about Mgtow, I say freedom, right? Freedom as a construct. We are in the age of Aquarius. Freedom can also be attached to the word rebellion. So we have to be careful about that. And so that's why I also want to use another word, which is almost the polar opposite of freedom, which is being a boss. And I feel like this is the world that you have to balance. You have to balance being a boss and freedom. Because when you are a boss and you want to deal with freedom, it becomes difficult for you to rebel against your own rules, which is what would really get in the way of you going your own way. It's really the rules and regulations that you set up for your life that get in the way, or the lack of rules and regulations that you set in your life that get in the way of you going your own way. And so ultimately, when we talk about going your own way, we are talking about a level of self-mastery. But also what we're talking about is the ability for a man to get off the plantation of female validation. And when we look at the micro aspect of that, we look at dating, we look at game, we look at these type of things. But when we get on a macro aspect of it, we look at the government, we look at the system. The government is feminized, society is feminized, okay? Meaning that the government in and of itself, the nature of the government in and of itself is masculine. But the best way that I can describe the government that we currently have is when you look at a household and the man goes to work, and the household should be masculine, but the woman is running everything because the father's pussy whipped. See, in Behold the Pale Horse, written by William Cooper, this man was murdered for writing this book. In Behold the Pale Horse, he talked about men being pussy whipped, which is essentially the exact opposite of men going their own way. Now, why would a man be pussy whipped? Rollo Tomasi and a lot of other men have done some great work to peel back the layers of what we call social conventions. Basically saying, yo, they done told us that we was frogs, that they was princesses. They done told us a bunch of bullshit about females and a bunch of demeaning shit about men. All right. So this is the framework that's out here. So when you are searching for female validation, you are focusing on Beauty and the Beast. You are focusing on being kissed and turning into a prince, right? You are focusing on female validation to build you up. Man, look. So what is men going their own way? Exactly. It is you getting away from that validation and you realizing, bitch, I'm Prince Harry. What are you talking about? If you just get to be a self-proclaimed princess, I get to be a self-proclaimed prince. And if you can create standards for your princessness, then I can create standards for my princeness. All right. So what I'm saying is this, though, in a real way, because a lot of times, y'all think motherfuckers be out here talking and shit and not living. All right. I moved my family from a 5-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms to an RV so we could travel the United States. My children have been getting homeschooled for a long time. Why? Because the indoctrination, I've been on some fuck the indoctrination shit. This ain't nothing new. Me and my homies, we been on this for a long time. We been on sovereignty. We been on that. Once again, you take whether a man is red pill or not based off of how he is dealing with a woman or the feminine energy on a micro level. On a micro level. All right. But when you get exposed to this information, are you going to send your kids to be indoctrinated by the school system? Are you going to give your children cell phones? Are you going to keep up with the feminine imperative when you have children? I'm talking about deep down inside. Another thing we did, my wife and I, we did natural childbirth. All right. That was led by me. She pushed the baby out, but I told her, look, I had a nightmare. We not having a baby in no hospital because at the end of the day, I'm not going to have another man talking to you and telling you what to do. And God, the ultimate man or the ultimate omnipresent force, made it to where every other fucking animal out here can have a baby without a doctor. All right. Did we have a midwife? Yes, we have had a midwife. But when we had our natural childbirth in Georgia, it was illegal. It was illegal for women to have a natural childbirth at home with a midwife. We did it. Okay. You talking about, so what I'm telling you is that when you talk about red pill and you talk about intersexual dynamics, no matter how you want to look at that, that is the totality of life. So when you talk about going your own way, when you talk about being red pill, it is much deeper than female validation, right? It is much bigger than whether you can pick up a woman or not. It's about asking yourself, once you see all the bullshit that was created by, let's give an example, by your mother pussy whipping your father. Once you see all the bullshit that was created by your mother pussy whipping your father, are you going to have the balls to step out and do some real shit? If you got the balls to step out and do something real, then at the end of the day, that is you really living the red pill life. If you think that telling your girl to put on heels and is the totality of what it means to be red pill, you lost in the sauce. And this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, that's why, to me, when you say red pill, it's almost like people want to say, what does Mgtow mean? What does red pill mean? To me, red pill is much more general than Mgtow. Mgtow is very specific. Men going their own way. All right. So at the end of the day, when it comes to you going your own way, that's with women, that's with society. All right. That's you being an independent thinker and not giving a crap about what other people think about what you think and how you want to live. It's about not searching for female validation, but also not getting caught up in the number one trap that has been the fall of men throughout history. And that trap has been being pussy whipped. Peace, y'all.